Around Halloween in 2024, an entire year ago, a game under the name of Finding Frankie was released. And from what I had seen in the trailer, this game looked very promising. After all, it has a pretty unique storyline, it's a horror game, and it mixes platforming with horror. In the opening scene of the game, we see the face of the game's main antagonist displayed, and we get one of the best introductions to a game I have ever seen. And here we are playing as one of the fortunate souls to gain an invitation to this game show. The reward is tempting though, to say the least. And there I was, one button away from going into this mess. Naturally, I pressed it, because who wouldn't press a glowing red button just a couple of centimeters away from them? The countdown started ticking down and the players were released. The start of the show didn't go as smoothly as I had originally planned, as you can see. Frankie had decided I wasn't worthy of that cash prize. So I started thinking, maybe I shouldn't rush in and see what happens. I still ended up dying because I got locked in a room with him. I also tried backing out, but to no avail. And then the obvious solution hit me. Just sneak past him. And it worked the very first time I tried it. I did not know it at the time, but the tutorial hadn't even started yet. The next room taught me the way this game works. Trampolines, wall jumping, swinging from bars. When I was finished learning these mechanics, the next area had opened up to me, and we had our first puzzle, if you can even call it that.
Dear lucky contestant, it seems the other competitors have mysteriously died.
Really?
Not sure how that happened, but oh well, you're still here. Frankie doesn't feel like himself today. He normally doesn't go on mass murdering sprees, but don't worry about that, lucky contestant. We can still make this a fun PG-rated adventure.
Oh yeah, you sure can.
Best friend, Henry Hotline, knows what's gotten into him. You should give him a visit. His room is right upstairs.
The puzzle here is to press 3 switches before the time runs out. However, the absolute buffoon that I am is too blind to see only a couple meters in front of me. You could put it right in front of my nose and I would still skip. Oh my god, I am blind, holy. Once I stopped having a skill issue, I completed it and ran to the next part, which didn't have a whole lot except a singular switch that opened up the next area. I don't know what that did. That might have been very bad. Guess what? The next area also featured more switches, so you know how that ended up. In the next room, we finally had our taste of what the parkour in the game would develop into, and it played way smoother than I thought it would go. This is some fast-paced gameplay. I'm liking this. Oh, hell yeah.
Henry doesn't seem to be in here, and the door leading to the rest of his area is mysteriously locked. Oh no! What an unfortunate inconvenience. But we'll figure something out.
We're just not gonna talk about these bodies and a lot of blood everywhere. The announcer didn't seem to care about the absurd amount of blood and corpses lying around. A few buttons later, I was already on my merry way out of there. However, my escape options were limited to a vent. And we all know how vents are in horror games. It never ends well. But so far, I had found a plushie and a phone. Definitely not ominous or anything. It started becoming blatantly obvious that this entire route and everything I was taking was still part of the show. After all, why did the doors behind me close? Why did Frank ignore me just because he was told to do so? It's all still part of the show. I think we can all agree that this room is a giant setup for a chase. I've seen enough games do this trope to know what is coming. And I was right.
Oh god, he's coming. He is coming. Oh god, what a sequence.
Lucky contestant! Thank goodness you're all right. That sure was a close one. I apologize. That was poorly planned on my part, but it was certainly entertaining. You know what? This is actually a good thing. Deputy Duck's area isn't too far from here. You should visit.
The chase sequence we just did was insanely intense, but still quite forgiving. which is a good thing, otherwise I would have definitely died back there. But now God knows where we are. Our current task, retrieving a duck that likes to cosplay the police, or something along those lines. Whatever comes up in your head when you hear the deputy duck. And before I knew it, the path I had just opened had looped back to the start of the game again. Another fancy parkour room again, and oh did I enjoy this a lot. Okay, that was entirely my bad. I cheated, and it clearly stated he hates cheaters. So I did it the proper way, but not before I had a staring contest with this duck. I cheated, but somehow survived. Glad I got another chance to do this again. Yeah, that's not ominous at all. Talking duck animatronics. This shouldn't have surprised me as much as it did.
Oh my god.
More phones, great. We love phones. But not as much as this guy I was going to meet though. He loves it way more than I do.
I'm sick of it. The ringing, it won't stop. It never stops. You did this to me. It hurts.
Or so I thought. Guess he doesn't like them as much as I had thought. And our objective was to ring even more of them. Let's ring the phones of the guy that just explains he hates the ringing of phones. But hey, the host made me do it. No hard feelings, right?
hello there.
I don't think he likes me or phones at all. As it turns out, I had missed a crucial feature. Whenever you ring his phone, you can tell his location since he has to put the phone down to make it stop ringing, making a lot of noise. That made my life a whole lot easier, basically nailing it right after. But of course, our good friend Henry hotline wasn't done yet, so he started chasing. However, the section after was far from easy. Not that I died to it, but it was still challenging to say the least. Jumping down the hole, we had reached the utilitors. Just a nickname for the utility corridors they have in the facility. These corridors are a dark place. Some behind the scenes area in a game show, one that the general audience would never see. But here I am. There are long hallways and stairs that lead very far down into the facility. Really makes you question how big this place really is. With the flick of a lever, a new area has opened up to me. But before we go there, an old friend has something to say.
You're our lucky contestant. No one has ever made it this far. Usually only mere seconds. If you're lucky, a minute or two. They play easy, and they pity you. The only reason the ones above decided to keep you around is because you're boosting the ratings. Our viewers are entertained. We aren't going bankrupt, and this isn't our last game show. As soon as you're eliminated, 4 new cereal boxes will be sent out all around the world. sitting and waiting for its lucky contestant, just like you. I have something to give you as a token of my appreciation for bringing us into the light again. If not for you, higher-ups probably would have instructed Frankie to kill me. I'm not sure if he still works or not. Hello?
Hello, no one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
He met a gruesome end. And then there's this guy. He looks familiar. Forgive me for not turning off Deputy Duck during this conversation. I forgot to do so at the time.
Lucky contestant! What a surprise! Don't worry your mask-covered head. I'm the real Frankie, and totally not a lazily written plot device to add a twist to the story to keep our viewers entertained, so we can avoid going bankrupt.
Authorities have discovered 3 dead bodies on the premises of Frankie's Parkour Palace, who seem to be 3 of the 4 unfortunate contestants chosen to participate in the company's last game show before bankruptcy. 1 contestant seems to still be on the premises and potentially alone.
Well, now that pleasantries have been exchanged, you have a journey to continue. I'll set you on your path. Go towards the last remaining elevators and I'll guide you from there.
He leads us down to the most basement layer of the facility, the one we saw at the other stairs too. There are some buttons we have to press, positions over a large trash incinerator in the middle. And now a new door had opened, which would hopefully give me the 2 keys needed to unlock the next area. Little did I know I was not going to enjoy this area, mainly because it was drenched and flooding with water. On top of that, it was very dark. And to add the cherry on top, completely submerging in water. After completing the circuits, we came across him.
Oh god.
And Frankie. Getting to the buttons seemed like a straightforward task. But Frankie didn't let me have them so easily, occasionally trying to grab me and catch me off guard. But to no avail, since I completed what I needed to do. We ended up right where we started, this room. And 2 new rooms were waiting for me, each holding a key. The first room looked innocent upon entering, even when I started past, jumping through rings, easy. Whee! Until the second task showed up, catching noobs.
Oh my god, they explode.
They explode after getting caught. Does this count as murder?
Why do they explode?
The task looped. More rings, more noobs to be caught. Until I caught the last one. Poor guys. However, I was rewarded with one of 2 keys.
Oh, it's a key.
The second elevator took me up to a water park, but it didn't look like your average fun water park. Makes sense, but it still gave me the creeps. Here, it was just your average button pressing. First, the 5 normal buttons scattered around the kids' play area, but I took a detour through a slide, because why not? And when I was done with those, fans on the floor activated, allowing me to press 2 more buttons. The final button was guarded by saws, which is kinda weird to have those in a kids' water park, but I am not here to question the logic of the hosts of this game show. And the saws, they did their job, since I died to them. And after not dying to them, and doing this weird and awkward wall jumping part, we pressed the last button and obtained our second key. And now we return to the gate that needs the keys to open, revealing one final obstacle, or so it says. The elevator opens and we are met with a Fall Guys-like style climb and a bunch of dead bodies hanging everywhere. Who knows how long they have been there. There were only 4 contestants, but in this room and many of the previous there were way more corpses lying around. There's only one explanation I can think of. They were from previous seasons or editions and are now used as ornaments or decoration, if you want to call it that, hanging from a Christmas tree. And thus we reached our final obstacle. And guess I was right. Just like in Fall Guys, slime is starting to fill up the room and we have to get to the peak before being consumed by it. There were many of the usual obstacles blocking us from reaching our objective, like these bumpers and boxing gloves ready to push us off, or this spinning bridge we can just slide over. Jigsaw-like platforms. Doors to smash through, and then the final climb to the top. Opening up the doors as we are now safe from the slime. But the next room didn't look any better. Saws everywhere ready to saw us in half, and they did just that and it caught me off guard. During the climb, however, I noticed some stairs I had missed to the side of the climb. And now after respawning, I had gotten the chance to go investigate them. This led to a room the CEO's office. Nothing out of the ordinary, except it was dimly lit and the random files open, and there was a figure resembling the other one following you with its eyes. Totally normal stuff. Returning and getting past the saw bridge, we had reached a large hallway. This hallway would naturally lead us to the season finale, since it was obvious that the final obstacle in any horror game isn't really the final. The game we were going to play was Hexa Havoc, and I immediately thought of the Hexagon finale game mode from Fall Guys, which was honestly my favorite at the time I still played it. We jumped down a hole to start a cutscene depicting the other one trying to come rescue us. He did not succeed, and thus the finale started.
One last place to go, lucky contestant.
Frankie was out for blood, going to put an end to the show. That, and paired with the most intense soundtrack this game had to offer, it was time to get serious. And even though I ended up dying, I learned more about how to beat it. One time it even got down to the final layer of platforms. And then came the run I was confident I could beat, using one of the mechanics I learned at the start of the game: sliding.
You can jump very far. Okay, good to know. You can jump very far.
When sliding and jumping afterwards, you can do long jumps to reach further platforms. This was the key to my success. It was over. I flicked the final lever. Noob noobs started raining from the sky to end Frankie's reign of terror. Not only did Frankie fall down into the pit, so did I. We proved victorious and could finally claim our hard-earned reward in this towering and expensive-looking room. Ah, plushie. But first we had to get the plushie.
As promised, $5 million in cash. You're the first contestant we've ever had who won. Hundreds of people last a few seconds. A few last a couple of minutes. But you're different. I like that. But let's be honest with ourselves for a second, contestant. We need each other. Especially you. I mean, look where you live. And you've helped us. Having a privately streamed and funded show isn't the easiest thing in the world. And then, on the verge of bankruptcy, you came along. Our star. But stars don't just leave after a season, do they?
We were in for another season of this mess. Roll credits. I'm not 100% sure if the song played in the background is copyrighted, but I wouldn't want to risk it. But the credits were pretty cool. It had you jumping over this sweeper which depicted the names of the creators, voice actors, and everyone else involved. The home screen now displayed a paper that read, "Be back soon." And I will be back, but not on camera. I still need to get all Easter eggs and achievements for my completion on Steam. And that means we'll be seeing each other again in the near future.